I'm James Barris, here to help you think, speak, and sound like a native English speaker. And today we're going to tackle one of the biggest, most frustrating puzzles in learning English. Let's get right into it.
So, does this sound familiar? You've spent hours, maybe even weeks, studying vocabulary lists. You know all these words, hundreds of them. But the moment you need to actually speak, nothing. Your mind just goes completely blank. It is such a common problem, and believe me, we're going to solve it today.
See, you've got two kinds of speakers. On one side, you have someone with a huge vocabulary, but they're nervous. They hesitate, they search for that perfect word, and it sounds unnatural. It's tough to listen to. But on the other side, you've got someone with simple words, but they're confident. They speak with flow, with energy. And you know what? They sound natural. They're a joy to listen to. Why? It's not about the words. It's about the confidence.
And that brings us to the biggest myth that holds so many people back. We really need to talk about this. So it is time to bust the great fluency myth.
This is it, right? This is the belief we all have at some point. Oh, if I just learn 100 more words, then I'll be fluent. We think that a bigger vocabulary is some kind of magic bullet, but honestly, it's a trap.
And here's the absolute truth. You've got to get this. Speaking isn't about knowing words, it's about using them. It's an action. You don't become an amazing soccer player by just reading the rule book, right? You get on the field and you play. It's the exact same thing with English. Knowledge is passive, but usage, that's active. That's speaking.
Okay, let me put it this way. Think of your vocabulary as a car. It could be a simple, little car, or it could be a super fancy sports car. It's got potential, for sure. It's got power. But by itself, it's just sitting there. It's not going anywhere.
Because your confidence, that is the driver. Confidence is the one who gets in, turns the key, puts the car in gear, and actually starts moving. You could have a Ferrari-level vocabulary, but if you don't have a driver, that Ferrari is just a very, very expensive piece of art sitting in your garage. A confident driver in a simple little car will always get further than a nervous driver who's too scared to even start the engine of a supercar.
Now, this isn't just some feel-good idea. Let's get into the science of what's actually happening inside your head. Confidence literally changes the way your brain works when you speak. It's fascinating.
So confidence does three amazing things for you. First, it's like a key that unlocks your memory. When you're relaxed and confident, your brain can just grab the words you need way faster. No more freezing up. Second, it tells that little critical voice in your head to just be quiet. It stops the overthinking and lets you just speak. And third, it totally improves your tone. Fluency isn't just words, it's the music of your voice, the rhythm, the speed, the pauses. Confidence is what conducts that orchestra.
But when you have low confidence, well, the exact opposite happens. It's like your words get trapped in a jail inside your own mind. You start speaking really slowly, your voice gets quiet, and you question every single word before it even comes out. And the worst part? You get so stuck looking for the perfect word that you actually forget the simple words you already know. Your English isn't the problem. The mental cage you've put it in is.
Okay, so you might be thinking, all right, James, I get it, but native speakers, they use all these big, complicated words, right? Well, let's pull back the curtain on a little secret, something about how native speakers actually talk in real life.
We have this image in our heads that native speakers are walking around talking like they're from a Shakespeare play. But the reality, 99% of the time, our conversations are super simple and direct. We're not going to say, I am extremely fatigued. We're just going to say, I'm tired. We don't say, it was an exquisite experience. We say, it was great. The goal is to connect and be understood, not to sound like a dictionary.
So let's do a little thought experiment. Picture two people. Person A knows 5,000 words, but they're nervous, they speak slowly, they pause, a lot. Now, picture person B. They only know about 500 words, maybe 800, but they speak clearly, with energy, with a confident tone. Now, who sounds more fluent to you? It's person B, right? Every single time. Fluency is a feeling. It's a performance. It is not a number.
Okay, so this is the big question. How do we build it? Confidence isn't magic. You're not born with it. It's a muscle. And like any muscle, you have to train it. So let's get you to the gym. Here's your confidence workout.
Here are 5 things you can start doing today. 1. The 60-second speak. Pick any topic, your dog, your coffee, anything, and just talk for 1 full minute without stopping. The goal isn't perfection, it's flow. 2. Use simple sentences. Just get used to the feeling of words coming out of your mouth. Build that momentum. 3. Pump up the volume. Seriously, try saying everything just 10% louder. It's a simple trick that instantly makes you feel more powerful. 4. Talk to yourself in the mirror. Look yourself in the eye and speak for a minute. Get comfortable with the person who speaks English. And 5. Start your day with positive self-talk. Before you do anything else, tell yourself, I can speak English. Your mindset is everything.
So as we start to wrap up, I want to leave you with one single powerful idea. If you forget everything else from this, please remember this one thing. This is what I call the golden rule of fluency. Just let that sink in for a second. It is always, always better to speak simple English with confidence than it is to speak advanced English with fear. This single shift in perspective can completely transform your entire journey with English. Look, vocabulary is great. It gives you options, but confidence gives you freedom. The freedom to express who you are right now, not someday in the future when you've learned enough words. So I'm telling you, choose that freedom. Choose that feeling of flow. Choose confidence. Your fluency isn't hiding on page 300 of some textbook. It's right here, waiting for you to decide to speak. Even if it's not perfect, confidence isn't something you find, it's something you build, starting right now. So, my question for you is a simple one. What will you say with confidence today?
Hey, if this explainer helped you out, do me a favor and hit that like button, subscribe, and maybe share it with a friend who really needs to hear this. Thanks so much for your time, and I'll catch you in the next one.